There's some rain in the forecast here today in Oshawa, but we're all settled inside for the Canadian Junior Cup presented by World Financial Group. Once again, my name is Matthew Hall. Beside me in the broadcast booth is Tori Zemmeling, and we're completing the circuit. We've seen every segment of the competition so far up to this point, but today the feature matchup will feature two U18 women's teams facing off here on the final day of round robin play. And with that, we'll take a look at our feature matchup. Throwing the Yellow Stones and representing the High Park Curling Club out of Toronto, lead Maisie Cram, second Sophia Barbosa, third Raina Phillips, and the skip is Maddie Garrie. Coming up against them, throwing the Red Stones, the lead Emily St. Croix, the third, Ellie Rowden, and the skip is Jamie Galardo. And we pick up play here partway through the first end. It was a draw to the button for the hammer, which was won by Team Garrie throwing the Yellow Stones. First look here at Emily St. Croix delivering her stones. This team playing as three this weekend. Missing their regular lead, Scarlett Johnston.
Okay, curl if you can. Curl? Yep. Nice end, Emily. Finally.
Still a piece buried.
Well, her two picks. Oh, man. That's good. Yeah. You got it. Great throw. Good shot. Literally pinned.
Not boost my confidence.
Yes, it should.
Very
Well,
big
you're two
day
pins.
here for all
Your
the
first one, you're
teams
slow
on the
line,
ice.
fine.
We have 3 draws remaining today, including this one before the playoffs kick off tomorrow morning starting at 10 a.m. We will be providing score updates as well as possible playoff implications of the games throughout the entire day, so make sure you're tuned in for those. All the other scores, if you want to keep track of them live, are available on CanadianJuniorCup.ca. We also have one other feature game being streamed. That is the teams over on Sheet 6. Team Rowe takes on Team McDonald. That is a static stream with no commentary, but feel free to jump back and forth.
Should have probably asked for less ice, too.
Team Galardo with an opportunity to put another one in the forefoot.
So what?
Yeah, getting caught a little bit on that straight spot, and we've seen that a couple times throughout the weekend.
That was a lot of
that little
ice.
bit extra weight,
Yeah.
especially with that out turn going away. The rocks will tend to run a touch straighter than you expect them to.
Fit outside, curl only. Feet's up. Okay, whoa. 8, 9. Is it better to sweep it through? I think it was about. That's okay. Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize it was there.
Ellie's rock just hanging a little bit wide there.
Yeah, getting a little bit wide out of the hand. You could hear the line call from the skip.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think
Yeah. Does it jam?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Does it jam?
Okay, that's good.
This does leave a double opportunity for Team Garrie.
Yeah, and we've seen all weekend so far. Most of our attention has been on this sheet, but what we've heard from a lot of the curlers as you look around the club is the ice is very technically demanding. It rewards very pure, clean throws, but if you ever have that little bit extra weight, little bit wide, you just don't see that curl that you're looking for. definitely need to always be aware of the tolerance of how you want to throw every rock. This is a very good shot as she hit and rolls over to the top of the button. Looks as though red is still the shot stone backside of the button, but looking much better now than it was before for the Yellow Rocks.
Wide. I slid wide too, yeah.
Yeah, I think you just got it on a water path and just stay out.
Do we?
So what was that time again? 33?
Troy, we've talked a lot about the prize that is on the line for the U21 event here at the Oshawa Curling Club, but specifically for the U18s, there's a pretty nice prize as well. On top of any, of course, monetary winnings as well, there will also be custom curling jackets, uniforms made for the winning team, which are provided by Runback, as they are the presenting sponsor of the U18 championships, as well as on top of that, free entry into next year's U21 event, which I think is an important stepping stone in their development and in their career to move up to that extra level, or that one extra level, and then possibly, you know, maybe a few years down the road after getting a little bit of experience, find themselves playing for that chance to go to Switzerland.
It's a great opportunity that the Canadian Junior Cup group has provided for young athletes.
Yeah. If you just leave, there's a little, like 4-2.
4-2, okay.
Raina Phillips with her first.
Top 4! Top 8!
We're all there.
All there, top T!
All there.
Rena, a grade 10 student in Elmira.
At 4!
Can we go up?
Go up that, we're back! At 4! That's really hard to do.
A little bit of a missed opportunity there with that one. Maybe a little bit lack of communication on the weight and the line.
Yeah, definitely if they knew it was a little bit heavy, could have gotten something off of that wide red one with a little bit of a sweep.
That was a hard port to make it through.
Yeah, you can't blame them too much. I mean, if you tried to do that 10 times, you might actually only do that once.
Right inside.
Probably thought it was going to curl up just that little bit more to touch something else in the forefoot and slow it down, but just slips through.
Hard.
So chance here for Garrie to put another red stone in the forefoot.
Galardo.
Galardo, excuse me. I'll figure it out.
The two G's really kind of throw you off, don't they?
Okay, good try.
I just don't know if it like jams on one of ours.
Okay.
Like even a little tap and roll.
Just a 3.
I'm fine with this.
I like the hit and roll, but
I think 3 top 12.
Look at the house.
okay.
It
So you slid out
looks
with
like
good.
those red stones were
Yeah,
disturbed a little bit
you got it.
earlier in the end. So looks like yellow may be shot stone now at the top of the button. Definitely only one though.
all there.
62.
Yeah, no, I got a 69.
Top 4.
Top 4.
Top 8. Wait, looks good. Top 8.
Coming down.
Sweepers seem to like the weight.
Coming down.
The rock's definitely starting to curl.
Do.
Anywhere along here.
You want to do or roll?
Okay.
That's good.
That's good. We never hit that and roll under.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought you were going to tell her.
I did, and then you guys. I thought you guys were made up. What about that? Thank you.
62.
I got a 69.
No, I have to slide. I heard a storm. I was like, what a worry. I came out with like nothing. I was like, oh shit.
Raina, tell her about the hit and roll. Tell her about the hit and roll. Maybe.
Unless they get in here, you're going to do it.
Well, yeah.
Even if they
Can
get in.
hear
We
Team
should've
Garrie
done that
talking
2
about
sheets ago.
a different shot option that they could have played there.
But like, I guess if Raina got
But-
top 8, it would have
Not sure if that shot's there anymore with that guard that Reina threw.
No, ended up blocking the way. They're looking at, I think the idea is kind of making the red double and the 2 red stones in the forefoot, but even if you make just a hit and roll off of that one on the side into sit 2 would definitely be put you well on your way to scoring a deuce here in the first end.
Jamie Galardo with her first.
Yep, curl now. Curl now. Curl, curl, curl!
This one coming in a little hot.
Whoa.
This one quite heavy. Is going to push that red stone into that yellow at the back of the forefoot. Kept it around, and looking at it now, looks like it's still probably just 1 yellow. That middle red stone seems to be out counting the yellow stone on the right. Get a good look there with the overhead. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is just 1 yellow. But a good opportunity here to make this draw. Would need to be to the full forefoot to sit your 2.
They have that pocket and we just come down to it.
Yeah. We just only give him.
Yeah, no, we can't give them 2 here. We gotta play it a bit more open next. Next time we just want to
A tight guard is like, yes. Yeah.
Maddie Garrie, a grade 11 student at Humberside High School, with the chance to draw into the forefoot here in sit 2.
Top 4! Top 4! T! T!
Sweepers calling the weight pretty close to where they want it.
Whoa! T! Whoa, Sophia! Line only! Whoa, Maisie, our line!
Going to be close to this guard, and it will touch it and just roll off.
Or no roll?
Giving Team Galardo an opportunity to make a good one here and put one on top to try and set up a force or potentially a steal.
Because then, if we're here, then this will, okay.
I'm happy to come here too.
Yeah, we just gotta get it in, because wherever we sit here, if it's anywhere, I think same line.
That's what we gave last time, right?
I think we were about here.
Still very good setup for the yellow stones here in Team Garrie. Difficult to say if you play this draw and you go all the way back to those reds in the back of the forefoot.
15-4-7, so I think I'll throw.
I think you're shot, but I think either way your weight has to be very close on this one.
No, a tad bit more than what she just threw.
Any extra weight, even if you play to those back reds, you're probably going to roll off slightly and leave the chance for Maddie to follow you down and get her 2.
Yeah, not a lot of tolerance here with this one. I think your second best option is probably just to guard that hole.
Touch less ice than we've seen other teams taking earlier in the weekend. I think we did see this morning with our feature matchup that the ice is running just that touch straighter than it was maybe on Friday afternoon.
Hold it up!
The line looks good here, but it's going to have to sit down.
Really nice line call from Ellie there to get by that yellow on the top of the forefoot.
Thank you.
Hard to tell who shot. I think
it's red.
I think it might be red.
Yeah, but it is available here for Maddie to follow her down. We'll need to only move that red stone in less than an inch and you score your 2.
I have no idea. That's Maddie. Like, I think her weight last time would have been good, right?
Probably. Yeah, I think it would have been there. No, I think it would have been there.
There one?
Yeah, but I'm just gonna do exactly.
All right, you're
taking a touch more ice than Team Galardo had. You can see the broom just on the edge of the 8-foot here as we look at it. Maddie Garrie and her final shot here in the first end, a chance for 2.
Oh, there.
This one. Oh,
Oh,
Looked
and
like-
that one just
Is that
picked.
pick? All right.
that's unfortunate.
Tough luck there for Team Garrie as that rock picks halfway down the sheet. So they won't be able to capitalize on their
That's
chance for
crazy.
2. It'll be a steal of 1 for Team Galardo and a 1-0 lead here after the first end. After a quick commercial break, we'll be back with the second.
Peace of mind, the life you want, and financial independence. At World Financial Group, we believe your path to any of these goals is paved by financial knowledge. That's why our agents spend every day empowering individuals and families of all backgrounds with the knowledge to create the life they want. No matter your financial goals, WFG can help you own your future. Visit worldfinancialgroup.com to learn more.
Picking up play here in the second end as Emily St. Croix, grade 9 student from Innisfil, throws the lead stones here.
Okay, yeah, just bring it down. Okay, nice shot, Em.
As Maddie Garrie steps into the house, she's just going to have to shake off that last end, that last rock picking on her.
Perfect.
Yeah, those ones can always be tough. I mean, you can never really control when a pick will affect the results of the game, but comes with a lot of experience too that you learn to take those. They're gonna usually help you just as much as they're gonna hurt you in the long run. So something you just have to shake off. Understand that the game's not over. There's still plenty of game to play.
I got it.
Okay, nice shot.
Trying to hit that first stone in the rings rather than throw the corner guard. Could be just to reduce one of the rocks they have to deal with, and they might throw the corner here on the second one if this center guard isn't
Flag
made.
is good. I get more. Never mind. Yeah, felt more. Clean only. More.
Can't touch it now.
14-8.
This one sliding just to hang on to the back 12.
I don't know if we hit this though.
I think we hit it. Yeah.
Team Garrie choosing to play the hit here. A little more of a defensive call.
I
Yeah,
think we hit this.
and I think it's just as you get older, you get more experience. You start to be less afraid of these kinds of stones. Sitting in the back of the 12-foot. You have to have the faith that your skip is going to be able to outdraw that if she has to at the end. So it really would have been a free chance just to toss up the corner and really dictate the way that the end would progress. This one does happen to stick around at the back, though.
Hit it, yeah.
So looking like we're going to head towards a blank at the moment.
Yeah, unless someone happens to roll out, and then we'll see what the other team decides to do, whether they decide to throw the guard.
For Team Garrie, could have been an opportunity to throw up a delayed corner and try and set up another end for 2, but maybe still needing to shake off that first end.
Yeah, and you start to learn the more that you play that, yes, 8 ends feels like a lot of time. This one's going to well over curl and miss that back stone.
Setting up for the deuce anyways.
Yeah. 8 ends feels like a lot of time when you
Yeah.
talk about it, but really when you think, theoretically, if you're trading points all the time, you're really only going to have
don't
4
put it- no.
hammers
Maddie,
over the course
no.
of an entire game. And,
We have hammers.
the more
Yes.
blanks, the more that you shorten the game, just sort of reduces that time that you have to really take the game to your opposition. So not to say that they're in a hole or anything, they're only down 1, still a very playable position, but you want to take advantage
Heavy
of
clean.
the hammers when you have them, especially in the even ends. So maybe going forward through the rest of the game, we'll see a bit more of an aggressive play, but now after that last flash, a chance to split the rings and sit 2.
It looks good. Whoa. All there. Off.
It's not really curling. Right in front, right in front.
Whoa.
All there. Wait,
Whoa.
looks good. T.
Just here. See? Right now.
Nice.
Nice shot.
This rock sitting just on the top of the tee line.
4-1.
Jamie Galardo
Oh,
calling
yeah.
for a hit and roll in front of the rock on the back 12, just to create a jam opportunity.
Yeah, you don't always have to make a play at the double. This double is available, but it's not the easiest one you've ever seen. So take the opportunity to try and group these stones up. Maybe you'll get a chance at an easier one later.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Curl. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Curl yet. Whoa. Curl. No, leave it. Leave it. Nice shot.
Ellie Rowden hitting and rolling in about half a rock.
Elbow.
This team playing as 3 at the moment, and we talked a little bit here and there
you got
about the pros and cons of playing with 3. Obviously, the cons, you're down 1 less sweeper, there's a little bit of less communication going on, so everyone has to be that much more involved in every process of the game. But there are some benefits to it too. You get, 2 of your 3 players will get to throw 3 stones an end, so get more experience throwing, get a better feel for draw weight underneath them. So there's a lot of aspects there too. But in the long run, especially the more games you're playing as 3, becomes to be just a bit more of a detriment, I've found, just from the fact that you are down that 1 sweeper most of the way. It's a lot more tiring, a lot more physically demanding on the body.
Probably 10
Sweet. Okay.
on 5.
And you really have to pay
get the time.
extra
I was very
attention
asleep,
to, making sure that you're prepared for games,
That's
properly
okay.
warming up, cooling
Good
down.
job.
That way you
Okay.
don't increase the chance of injuries happening because, you're already down 1 person. You can't afford to lose another.
I was talking to Team Galardo before the game, and I was told that Emily sweeping right now was starting to get a little tired being the lone sweeper, but I got to give her a little bit of credit. She's doing a really good job in looking up and communicating the weight on shots, and also putting her head down and sweeping as much as she can.
Accident, but it works well.
Makes a double over the top, manages to stick the shooter. So
Very nicely done. And we're right back to this end looking like it's headed for a blank.
Control. Normal.
Yup.
10.
Sophia Barbosa sweeping hard to hold this one.
Yeah, really hard.
You got it.
Okay.
Some success of her own, especially in the mixed doubles realm. I had the opportunity to go to Sweden with her in April, representing Canada at the NJCC mixed doubles tournament.
Yeah, what an amazing experience that is. I mean, we talked a lot about how, getting the chance for the U21s, for example, to, win that trip to Switzerland, get the chance to represent your country, travel internationally. It's just something that helps
Just clear.
builds you up as a competitor, makes you a better curler moving forward. And to already have that experience, especially at this young age, is probably something that's going to pay off wonders for her moving forward.
Every hit.
Can definitely see her wanting to go back to Europe when she is in the U21 age group next year. I believe this is her last year of U18.
Rena Phillips last stone of the end. Now we're on to Skips Rocks here in the second.
Just board hit stick. Okay. Just if I set it out, you'll be able to bring it in, but just keep it. If it's fine, just keep it straight, because it'll still have a break, but it'll come in. Okay.
Half, 4 down, curl.
Yeah, curl!
Hard for a piece.
Hard curl, Em! Bring it in!
Really gotta go, Em. Really gotta
Emily
go.
moving
Go,
this
go,
one
go.
over.
Push, push, push. Hard, Emily, hard.
Looks like she's got a good chunk of it.
And that's very well done. That's one of the trickiest spots on the sheet, as we've seen
Good sweep, Emily.
at getting those rocks to curl. So very nicely done by Emily St. Croix, getting that
Pardon?
rock to move up,
Yeah, I think
move
so.
the shot stone.
Good thing I threw a bit down.
Like a 4-2?
Pardon?
4-2?
Get a time on this. We'll get a time on this.
Yeah.
All right, like 4-2. Same as last time. Good rotation, you got it.
Yeah. Down.
Really gotta go.
Three. Two. Gotta go for weight.
Just head down.
Maddie Garrie getting an opportunity to get a practice draw to the 4-foot. Sweeper's calling it light out of her hand, but looks to be okay. Touching the 8.
Shot, Maddie.
It's always good to get those practice draws under your belt.
So probably 4?
Same ice.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah. We're gonna have to hold it straight though.
Yeah. Jamie, you could probably have a little more weight, but not much.
Yeah, no, I
Not much.
threw board down there. Okay, it's a little more weight, but you might, if I'm not outside, you gotta hold it straight, because otherwise it's just gonna go.
Yeah, and we'll
Change
see
the
if
board.
that free draw chance there for Maddie Garrie is something that she can draw on later in the game, especially when there aren't
Rolling out.
any rocks in play. It's really easy to shut the brain off and, not think it matters too much if you make the hit or hit and roll out, but it does give the free opportunity to your opponents to play these open draws early, learn something from the ice, and get that draw weight underneath them.
Gotta curl!
Hard, girl.
This one a little wide once again out of the hand.
Looking to stick it.
Emily, you got it. Push them. Push them.
Okay.
Just a little bit more weight there than on her first, and I think that was the difference.
Was my weight up there?
Yeah, your weight's good.
Okay.
So we have the blank opportunity here
Okay.
for Maddie Garrie. She's going to choose to throw this through the rings. A learning opportunity still, though. You want to pick a spot on the sheet that maybe you haven't seen yet, that you want to keep in your back pocket for later on in the game. Throw a weight that's still controllable so that you don't just whip appeal that goes straight and doesn't really tell you much about the sheet. Rena Phillips watching this one coming down, making a mental note of it, but that's going to go through the house, and we have a blank on the board here in the second. Score still 1-0, and we'll be back after a quick commercial.
Huddle up.
Peace of mind, the life you want, and financial independence. At World Financial Group, we believe your path to any of these goals is paved by financial knowledge. That's why our agents spend every day empowering individuals and families of all backgrounds with the knowledge to create the life they want. No matter your financial goals, WFG can help you own your future. Visit worldfinancialgroup.com to learn more.
Picking up here in the third end. Hopefully we see a few more rocks in play this end than last one, Tori.
Yeah, it was a little bit uneventful.
Perfect.
Nice shot,
Nice shot, Em. Right on your own.
This first rock slipping just into the top of the 8-foot. This Tia
Even a little roll on this
decides
is
to
fine.
continue with the same strategy
Yeah.
of hitting it, or she'll take the chance to throw up the corner guard.
It looks like she's
Alright, just
choosing
control.
to play the
You got
hit.
it.
Yeah, this is a rock that makes it makes more sense to hit this one than I think the one that they chose to hit in the back 12 last end.
Control.
The redstone does control a good amount of the top of the
Hard,
rings.
Reyna. Hard.
Something that
Hard, Reyna.
you know
Hard.
at the top levels of the game, it might not exactly be the best shot.
Good.
So you might see teams ignore it, but especially at this level, that is
that is
something
wet.
that can cause you some issues. So don't mind seeing that at all.
All right, nice board.
You got it.
Straight. Hold straight. All the way. Hold it, Ellie. Hold it hard. Hard. Never stop. Go. Hard. Third piece. Go. Hard for the piece.
Ellie Rowden
Go.
really trying to hold this one.
Great
Will
sweep,
make
Ellie.
contact, but not sure if it's going to stick around, and it won't.
Oh.
It was a great sweep though, just to get a piece of it. That jumped early.
So now that nothing's in play, we'll
happened?
probably
No.
see Team Garrie walk up and
Okay.
attempt to give themselves a corner guard.
So, still 4-2?
Yeah, I think
You
so.
cleaned it, Sophia. I'm not letting this piss.
Yeah, I just saw her tap the 4-foot. Looks like we're drawing to the center.
Interesting choice with the hammer,
Wow,
especially
so
being
much.
down on the scoreboard. I mean, you can't.
Back line.
Unless they're looking for a blank and to have
Back
hammer in the
eight.
even.
Back
Yeah.
line.
I mean, you can't wait forever, Tori. At some point, you have to push the envelope, and if you
Back
wait
eight.
too long, you're not going to have too many
Back
chances
12.
at it.
Sit. Back line. It's okay.
Will hang on though. We're gonna
It's
probably
in.
see Team Galardo hit it. I really like Galardo's weight choice here with board. We've seen this sheet get a little bit pathy, so I think having a board weight hit is a little bit more manageable, especially when you have only one
Line's
sweeper.
good.
Yeah, especially near the back of the
All
rings, too, when you don't have as much space to stick around.
Yes.
Can't roll as far.
Yes. All the way.
Picking a little less weight,
All the
something
way
that you can
straight.
control with the sweeper,
Never stop.
but also gives you
Nice shot,
more
Em.
wiggle room of where you can hit that back stone.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I really hope this is what you want, because if not,
No, yeah.
great.
4. Control. Yep.
control.
Yeah.
All right, you got it.
Yeah. I think
I
that's
think she
fine.
did give her a little
Yeah.
You got it.
Sophia Barbosa. Maisie Cram on the broom trying to hold this one.
Sit.
Tight or? Sorry. Just tight.
Now, Matt, you've said in a couple of your games commentating the U18 and U21 boys that you have connections to them. But I think this is a game where I have a couple connections to the players. Ellie Rowden in the hack about to throw is from my hometown. So getting to grow up in the same curling club, having some same coaches, not at the same time. She came into our junior program after I had already graduated and left for school.
6, 7.
But no doubt that her coaching hasn't been great.
Well, you think you got the one up on me, but I'm sorry to let you down. I also have a connection here in this game to Raina Phillips.
I'll be back 8, back 12.
Spent a lot of time practicing with her team at the Westmount Golf and Country Club back a number of years ago when I lived here in town and had the opportunity to watch them practice, watch them play, especially in their younger years. So good try, but
Oh, I think I got you again. She was my camper this year at Trillium.
Okay, I'll give you this one.
But really good young curlers on this sheet right now.
Yes!
A lot of them having very bright futures in the sport.
Yep, heard you got it.
Whoa, whoa!
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yep!
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Shot. Hey.
Well, one thing's for sure, Tori, with all these open ends and blanks, hopefully the time clock won't be a problem. We've seen already in two feature games this week. Guess it's a good opportunity for us to talk about the rules of play here at the Canadian Junior Cup. 8 ends of regulation play. If they are tied after 8, there is no extra end in the round robin. There are extra ends in the playoffs, but in the round robin, it is a draw to the button for the win. Also, 5 rock rule, free guard zone, the no tick rule, and a 2-hour, 5-minute limit on the games to start your 8th end. So you have 2 hours and 5 minutes to complete 7 ends. As long as you start your 8th end before that time limit, you get your 8th end. And we've seen 2 games already run out of time. We've seen a team lose because they've run out of time on the clock. Don't think that's going to be an issue here today if this defensive style continues.
Tight.
Yep. Peace.
But always something that the teams have to keep their eyes on. This one curling very early. Don't think it's going to make contact.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
What do we think the path here is? Like, still 340?
I haven't used it too
I
much,
think this one's a
so
little slower.
I think so. Yeah.
So,
3.
Team Galardo looking to split the rings
3-5.
here.
I think.
Very important to make sure that this rock gets in the rings, otherwise it can act as a corner guard for Team Garrie. They could choose to draw around it or play the hit and roll.
Yes, we were thinking this one might be a little bit heavy out of the hand.
10, 11. Through. Yeah.
Yeah, Ellie signaling after she let go of the rock that not to touch it.
Don't worry about it.
oh, that's disappointing.
It's okay.
So Raina Phillips will get another opportunity to remove this red stone from play. Continue on towards the blank in this one.
Control! Yep. Hard. Gotta go peace.
This rock running in a very similar path. Sophia really sweeping to try and hold it.
Would hate to miss it twice. Will make contact and just enough. So
Is it
something that you're going to want to Rena will probably want to talk with Maddie about when she gets to the other end. Communication is something that we've been
Yours was like a
sort of hounding on a
14-6,
little
so
bit
yeah,
from
like
up here in the booth. A lot of teams
15-3,
displaying some
15-3.
very good communication styles.
Even top eight
But those are
shots,
the
yeah.
things where, especially, you don't want to miss the same shot the same way twice. And so have that conversation with your skip. What are you seeing? Am I starting it? Is it just, do you think I'm throwing it well and there's just something about the ice there that we need to adjust, the weight or the broom?
Just 4.
Having those open and
Yeah. Just need
um,
like 340, 330.
I'll be honest, sometimes brutally honest conversations on the ice can lead to more successful results moving forward.
6. Okay.
Wait,
It's
no, lead.
inside.
Yep, gotta go. 2.
Yep. Yep, hard, you gotta go. Yep, hard, you gotta go.
Jamie coming out to help sweep her own
Lead,
rock.
lead.
It looks
But
like it's going to be okay,
weight
though.
looks good.
Leave it. Okay. Okay.
Good sweep.
Sorry.
Draw them. 15-5.
Nice. Major bleed.
Sorry?
Major bleed through. Like, pretty bad. Ow.
Oh, okay. Just control. Yeah. What happened with your shoe, Sophia? Oh, her deluxes.
Maddie Garrie getting prepared in the hack as she just waits for her sweepers to get ready. Move this red stone, stick around in the rings.
Control! Go!
Yep.
Go!
Gotta go piece, Sophia. Yeah, you got it.
Hard all the way, really hard!
Gotta go piece. Really got it. Hard to stay,
Hard to
you got
stay,
it.
hard!
Hard to stay, Go, you got it.
Looks good. Gonna roll to the other side of the forefoot.
Nice.
And good to roll to a new spot. Make your opposition throw something where there might be a little bit of a question mark. By the time we're in the third here, should have a good idea of what everything is doing. But by rolling to a new spot, your opponents can't just follow you down, know where to put the broom down. Something where they just have to ask a couple more questions of themselves, figure out where everything needs to be. Maybe you get a little bit of a miscue from them.
Can hear Sofia Barbosa saying ow a couple times there. I'm thinking she got new shoes because she keeps checking her feet.
I slipped. Straight.
Gonna want to go
That
put
sounds
maybe
like
a Band-Aid or
yeah,
a blister
maybe a
patch on right now.
small medical issue there.
Yes! All the way! All the way, hard! Hard! All the way, Emily! All the way! Keep going!
Okay, you're good now.
Breaking in new shoes is never fun.
Every time I
I completely
got new shoes at the start of last season after probably more years than I should have been using my old ones, and I swear every time you get the new shoes, feels like you're relearning how to curl. They all have their own little,
You're good?
Yeah.
I won't say
triple
inconsistencies,
layered it,
but you just
so
really
this better
have to
be
break
good.
them in.
Like it
Every
full-on
person
bled
throws
through
a
my
little bit
sock.
differently, so
It's like a massive
depending on
rip.
your style, it might happen
Normal?
quicker or longer. Something that just comes with time, unfortunately. But chance here for Team Garrie.
Sophia, do you need like
No, go,
They
go, go.
played this
go, go, go.
entire end for the blank, and now they
Alright,
just
get
need
on
to
it.
make this one last shot.
This is normal or control? Okay.
normal?
Hard, Macy, hard. Hard, you got it.
one now a little bit wide, needing it to come back.
Looks like she's got enough of it though.
Okay.
Big sweep there by Reyna, will get it out of the ring, so little bit panicky there on the sweep, but ends up working out. We have another blank end up here in 3. Bit of a barn burner here on Sunday afternoon. A very tight 1-0 game when we come back. First stone by Emily St. Croix slipping into the rings, top 12, and just as we saw in previous ends, Team Garrie choosing to remove it rather than throw the corner guard.
Whoa, whoa. Curl! Curl! Hard! Hard beat! Beat!
Hard,
Beat!
hard. Hard, Reyna, hard. Okay.
Will make contact, but just push it out to the side of the 12-foot.
Thank you so much.
Great sweep.
Not remove it from play, though.
Ellie,
Alright, you got it.
great sweep.
No less, but not a lot more, okay?
Second stone here by Team Galardo being asked to put it into the rings as well.
One's good. Okay, whoa. Never. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, never sweep.
Really hot.
That's okay.
Looks like it will sit down in the house, just
Still
the back
okay.
12.
See what the decision is here by Maddie.
This is a situation where I think I would like to see her throw a corner guard.
Yeah.
You're getting forced right now anyway, so you might as well throw up a guard and try and go for a multiple.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
in
have
the
no idea what
previous
to do here.
ends, it
Oh god, outside out. I don't like coming.
it sort of made
we
sense,
come
I guess,
inside out,
in
though, it's gonna
2.
curl 5 feet.
You give up
I
the
like that.
steal in
like
1
that?
because there are some
Yeah,
rocks in
relax and
play,
you feel
so
more comfortable.
maybe you get a little spooked by that. You want to put a simple end under your belts and just get settled into the game. In 3, again, it's an odd end. You know, you can kind of see the thought process there. Here, it's an even end. You have the hammer. You're down by 1, so you're gonna have to sort of
Sophia.
try to press a little bit moving forward. There's just not as much going in the way that like supports this continued defensive line. I'm thinking,
Oh, yeah, I'm
especially
good.
with
No.
those 2 stones, are
Yeah.
really not something that you should be worried about. You get the free chance to throw up the
Okay, nice
corner.
board. Okay, you got it? All right.
That rock at the back 12 should never come into play. Even the one at the side, you should always be able to outdraw.
Board.
One's good.
Gotta curl.
By continuing to play this
straight,
way, it's
straight,
almost as if you're banking on, you know, getting a flash by your opponents, which, you know, is certainly possible. But anytime you're putting together a strategy that relies on your opponents missing rather than yourselves dictating the flow of the game, always leaves a little less room for error.
Yep.
especially when you're just exchanging nose hits.
So I think control up.
Yeah, it's not like you're
Okay.
really forcing your opponent to actually play difficult shots.
To play with angles. Yeah. Sophia Barbosa.
Girl!
This one a little wide out of the gate.
Hard piece!
Oh my god.
Hard
Really
piece!
hard.
Carrying hard piece and just gonna clip it. Looks like it will leave the rings though. That's where I'd like to see Team Galardo maybe put up a center guard or draw one back into a wing.
Yeah, I mean, if your team,
Sorry.
you know, on the opposite side
was-
of all the thinking, if you're
It was a
Jamie,
weird slide, and then I kind of shoved it out.
you know, if the other
Yeah.
team isn't willing to come after
So
you,
too heavy, way too
why
heavy
give them the
too.
chance to, right? Like, I agree. Like, I don't think necessarily a center guard would be a bad call either. Clearly, the other team doesn't want rocks in play, but you slip into the rings, you sit too, and you sit back and say, okay, if you don't want to come after me, I'm going to sit here with this 1 point lead, shorten the game, and as the game becomes shorter, the team that has the lead on the
They
scoreboard,
have
that
to start
advantage,
acting on it.
yeah, that advantage starts to grow.
Gotta go!
Nice shot. Good shot.
So this one does end up slipping into the top of the 8 foot.
I'm stressing myself out.
344. Great shot.
Maddie
fits,
Garrie
we're good.
looking at that double.
Thank you. Wait, now we're switching.
What do you like?
I think it's a double there, but I think it's nose.
It's just nose, eh?
I think nose.
Yeah. Okay. I will.
The double's a little high side of nose.
I have to hit it a bit off.
It's 7/8 should
I'll
make
slide
it.
over. Yeah.
All right, you got it.
They are so far apart as well. You could probably make it over the top and
got it.
roll a little bit to the wing.
Sophia Barbosa with her second one here in the 4th.
Normal. Yeah.
Yes.
Whoa.
Girl.
Hard. Yep. You got it.
Looks like it's going to be close. We'll get the second one and roll out. An excellent double there by Sophia.
Sure, she wanted that after her first one.
We're well on the way to another
Thank God
blank
for
now
Sven.
here in 4.
Good board. Yep.
What's the most blanks you've seen in a game?
Sorry, I tripped over your board.
U18 game, I'll say, Tori.
Good shot.
U18.
Thank you. Good seeing. That's okay. No, that's my
Not
fault.
very many in U18, but I have seen a junior game with 6.
9-6.
I've had 6 before. I actually had 6 in U18s once when I was playing at the Ontario Winter Games. I forced my opponent to 1 in the first, blank 6 ends, and took 2 and 8. So not to say that
Really
it,
banking on taking that deuce,
yeah,
eh?
not to say that it can't happen, but
Okay, good.
yeah, that was an interesting game, and not necessarily like we were playing for the blank. We threw up a corner every end, and the team we were playing against were very good hitters, so we weren't able to really get anything generated until a flash in the 8th end that ended up leading to the deuce for us.
Girl. Yep, you got it.
What year was that?
Hard yeah.
That was
Asking you to age
yeah,
yourself here a little bit, Matt.
That was 2014, I think. We were playing in Aurelia that year.
Chilly. They're both in our shirts. I'm like over here freezing.
Were there 3 winter games in Aurelia in a row?
That's usually the host for them for quite a while now, I
Okay, well
believe.
you have 4 layers on.
Well, it moved to
Good
Ren
control. It's good control.
a couple years ago.
Like no handle on it.
They were in Thunder Bay at one point.
Sorry? Oh yeah, I know.
This one we curl.
Looks like she's got about a third, half.
More than enough.
see what.
This is giving that chance to Reina to try and nail down her draw weight and put one on the top 4.
Try like a 4-1.
Yeah, speaking of Ontario games, and just sort of, it's great to see nowadays the additional avenues for teams and players of this age to get national and international experience. We've of course talked about well, you talked about that mixed doubles event that one of these players played in Sweden.
Sweden,
correct?
yes.
Obviously the trip to Switzerland for the U21s here, but even the development in the last number of years of the U18 nationals, which were never a thing when I was around that age. And Ontario Winter Games and Canada Winter Games. There's so many different possibilities now for players to get that experience, and I think it really is helping to build up the skill level of curlers across Canada right from a young age.
Well, even at this event alone, we have a couple of teams from out of province and a few American teams here too.
Like 6 hours.
Most of them all on the U21 side of this event, but
And we've seen
exposure is exposure.
And we've seen a number of these international teams actually do quite well in this event. Of course, the Swiss women's team, Isabelle Einspieler, winning this event 2 years ago. We also saw the American men winning last year on the men's side in U21. So not just out of province teams or international teams, but good international teams coming, increases the difficulty field here at this event, which sort of just makes everyone a little bit better, you know, rising tide.
Emily working to make this sit. Jamie Galardo with a nice hit and roll to the wing.
Like right next to it. Oh, we're out here again. Good rotation. Control?
Hey, you got it.
Yes.
Yes. I did.
She did. Right, good control right in the room. You got it.
Yeah. Good rotation, Maddie.
Garrie working her way to a third blank in a row for her squad out of the High Park Curling Club in Toronto.
Oh, yes, yes,
Yep.
yes, hard.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, hard piece.
Hard
piece.
Hard piece.
Hard piece. Hard piece. Yes, hard
This one must be really moving on them.
Looks like it'll get more than enough, though. A nice
Good,
roll
Maddie.
Nice shot.
to the center line.
I thought we were like.
Good sweep. Even just a roll. Good. Okay. Shot. Yeah, I like saying that. Oh, I forgot.
I like that hit had a little bit of a softer weight to it. As we mentioned earlier, it brings your sweepers into it a little bit more, and that was a great sweep to hold that rock.
Yeah, and gives you an idea of what that spot will do with that weight. You never know if later on in the game you're going to have to chase something around a guard, maybe with a hack or board weight, and that's something where you just log that shot in the back of your mind, and, you know, more likely than not, it might not be information that you end up getting a chance to use, but if ever it does come up, it's another data point for you to add to the toolbox.
I was gonna do slick back, but I forgot hairspray. It was like flyaways everywhere.
That's okay.
Really gotta curl! Curl, hard curl! Hard curl, hard piece! Hard piece!
As we're looking towards the glass, you'll see another green jacket back there. That is Team Galardo's coach, Nolan Galardo. Actually, the winner of the U21 event here 2 years ago. So he got to go on that Swiss trip, coaching his younger sister now. I think he'd be so excited for her to eventually have that same opportunity in a couple years.
Yeah, I like. She's got something to come back on. Yeah.
We're thinking 4-2.
I believe that year he also won the men's Swiss Cup too.
But I think 4-2 is good.
I think so.
correct on that.
Yeah.
You don't try to be
Yes,
clean?
yes.
You're gonna have to be clean?
Yes.
Alright. Like 1-5 even, because I think it might be a chip slow, okay? You got it.
Canadian teams that have gone over have done quite well in the Swiss Cup of late, from what I believe. Your team, of course, the defending champions on the women's side from last year, also won the Swiss Cup. I believe, did the men's side also win the Swiss Cup
No,
last year?
they lost in the quarter.
Yes.
But all 4 of those players are here competing for that opportunity again. 3 of them on one team.
Can't hurt it.
All the way.
Can't hurt it.
As far as it goes, you got it. As far as it goes, far as it goes. Okay. Shot.
Good.
So an open draw there made for
Anyways.
2 points for Maddie Garrie
Like, keep going.
to take the lead. We will be back after a quick
That was
break
back
as
4.
Team Garrie now holds a 2-1 lead over Team Galardo.
16.
Peace of mind, the life you want, and financial independence. At World Financial Group, we believe your path to any of these goals is paved by financial knowledge. That's why our agents spend every day empowering individuals and families of all backgrounds with the knowledge to create the life they want. No matter your financial goals, WFG can help you own your future. Visit worldfinancialgroup.com to learn more.
And we pick up here, starting the back half of this one. And Lori, let's talk about the first half of that game. I mean, very defensive play through the first 4 ends by Team Garrie. We started to question, the thinking going there into the 4th end, playing so defensively, not really wanting to push the envelope, but maybe we're the ones that need to go back to strategy class at the end, because at the end there, a big swing, finally maybe get that miss they were looking for out of the other side, ends up with a free draw for 2 and now have the lead going into the back half. So, I mean, do you expect that we're going to continue to see the same kind of game with very few rocks in play, or do you think Team Galardo will maybe see the opportunity to play a bit more aggressively? It looks like they're choosing to hit this first stone that's in the house. Do you think they'll maybe take on a little bit more chance rather than more than Team Garrie was willing to?
Yeah, I don't know. Both teams seemed pretty comfortable with that defensive style of play. It definitely keeps you both in it. It's only a 1-point game right now, so anything can still happen. So we were kind of talking about in the break, you can't really rely on misses from your other team. Well, yes, they're common at this level. You're going to miss, Matt, you said, just as much as they will. So you got to look for those opportunities, and maybe it's time to capitalize on those misses.
Yeah, I mean, understanding the skill level of your own team and the opponents, where your strengths are, where theirs are. I mean, it's, to be quite frank, at the U18 level, you're going to see some misses on either side. So if you're just playing a strategy that you're waiting for a miss from your opponent, like you said, very likely or very possible that you end up with a miss yourself. And we saw that in the previous ends, too, from Team Garrie. They try to play this wide open end, but it's not like they didn't have their own flashes or little miscues as well along the way. So ends up really more, it feels like you're flipping a coin on the game rather than trying to seize the initiative for yourself. But looks like we're going to continue with the same idea here for both teams, hitting these open stones and being unwilling to throw, to take on the aggressive style and put something up in front of the house.
Say that first end must have been a shock for both teams, because they both seem pretty okay with a little bit of defense.
And that's what surprises me about the whole thing is they played so many draws, so many freezes. We had so many rocks in play in the first end that I was sitting here thinking, great, we're gonna have a great game, back and forth, have lots of rocks in play, and that's what's sort of been a bit stunning to me. Now these next 4 ends, both teams just seeming to be completely unwilling to play curling, to put it plainly.
Play the simple shots.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like we're going to get a rollout on this one, so maybe we'll see Team Galardo throw up a corner guard.
Yeah, just watch.
This is the best opportunity that you've gotten this end, the free chance.
Choosing to throw it in at the wing.
Make sure you're right on this rim because I don't want it to overflow, okay? Oh, wow. You got it. Oh, wait, what do we want to find? Like 40?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, 30 or 40?
Yep, somewhere between there. Curl only!
It's close!
Curl only! Curl only! Okay. Yep, just curl. Just slid wide. Yep, yep, yep. Whoa, just leave it. Whoa, 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 you're good. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Nice shot, Em. Great, Emily, great.
Really nice weight there from Emily, putting it pretty close to where
Yeah,
Jamie wanted it. A little bit of a funky slide there from Sophia. You could hear her.
Whoa, really hard. Yep.
Say something that I won't repeat.
Yeah,
Whoa, whoa.
her upset words.
I saw that.
Can't say too much. God knows I've said a lot worse.
Wait till like halfway
Yeah.
It's okay. She's such a sweet girl.
I don't know why.
I don't think anybody's going to think twice about it.
No, I slid super tight and I flicked it out as usual.
For me? Alright, so it should.
What?
Yeah.
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 Live space.
Works every
20.
time.
Wait
It's like hot
only.
air going into my hand.
Wait's all there. 7. Never. Curl only.
It's going down, it's close.
T.
As we look forward for these teams, the U18 provincial championships coming up quite soon, I believe, at the Mount Forest Curling Club. I believe are either the next week or a week from now.
I think it's in 2 weeks.
2
I'm
weeks.
not gonna
Yes.
slide tight.
This is definitely a great opportunity for these teams. You know,
Get out to the room.
I remember
You got it.
when I was at their age playing on the circuit, and usually your last event was somewhere around maybe the first week of December. Sometimes you didn't even play in December. There was lots of time off for the holiday season. And then you'd have your provincials shortly after the holiday season ended. At least back when I was playing, the U21s were always at the start of January. So an event like this was always a great opportunity just to get out. You know that sometimes you're not always going to play your best curling, but it's the chance to shake off some of the rust when you haven't been on the ice competitively in a number of weeks and really tune things up for your provincial championships coming up.
I believe Team Garrie has a spot at that provincial championship. I'm unsure about Team Galardo, but I'm sure it's going to be a great event nonetheless.
Only curl. Really close. tad bit outside there. Ah. Ow.
So we continue to see these draws being made to the wings. Hopefully getting some practice for when they toss up a guard next end and get that draw away to the wings.
To put in your words, play
Crossing
curling.
my fingers.
Good shot.
Raina Phillips, her final stone here in the 5th.
Really putting Sophia to work here on the broom. This is 2 or 3 shots in a row that she's had to pound those.
A number of those interns from Raina, especially going away over curling. We saw Flash 2 ends ago and one that just clipped the stone in the ring. So maybe just getting those started a little bit more than she'd like to.
Line's all good. Curl only.
Great shot.
Good job.
Really good weight.
Really great judge.
Holy cow, they're making everything. 3 for 3, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah. Oh, I have like a pain in my chest.
Oh no.
I don't know what it's from. I think it's from my immaculate sweeping.
Immaculate. Less than that. Immaculate's crazy. So if the opportunity is there, one.
I can't believe it's already the 5th.
I know. And Emily and I are still on it. Like we're talking half my feet.
Good.
That's what we're really feeling like we're practicing.
Control!
Yeah.
Yes? Yes! Yep.
Hard for nose. You got it. Hard
No,
nose.
hard
You
all the
got
way,
it.
really hard.
Yeah, you got it.
Sophia Barbosa pounding another one to stick around. Looks like they will.
Watch that roll. Could freeze it on that other yellow stone.
It's good.
Not quite, but pretty well done. Brings another rock into the eye of
Good, Maddie.
Jamie Galardo.
7, nice shot.
At the end,
This game moving along pretty quickly with the defensive play. Coming up at the
I mean, it just
end of the
right
5th
part, like
here,
right
it'll be
there,
about
and
an
it
hour
goes.
15.
Alright.
Should leave plenty of time to get all 8 ends in within the time limit.
just a little, just a hit and roll over top of that yellow.
Alright. The back one isn't in, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if we should come the other side or not. It's fine.
No, that's
Nose
fine.
is okay too.
No, I like that.
Yep. Straight. Hard arm, yes. Hard arm, yes. Gotta go. Push.
Emily Lacroix working really hard on this one.
Okay.
Looks like it might touch
That's
that
fine.
back one. No, does get by. Very nicely done.
Great sweep,
I
Emily.
can understand why they said she was getting a little tired.
Yeah, it's a lot of sweeping when you're only playing as 3.
You got it.
She's doing a fantastic job at managing those rocks down the sheet.
Yeah, technically, I guess when you think about it, You know, you're only sweeping 5 rocks as opposed to 6 that you would in the normal with the normal lineup. But at least when you have that 4th player, I think on average you're really only sweeping about half the time anyways. You can trade off with a partner if you start to get a little tired. When you're playing as 3, you're just out there all alone, so you're stuck doing everything for 5 rocks.
It doesn't really matter.
Ends up being a lot more.
I guess. Does it? Get the roll if you can.
He's good. That's in the ice. All right, good control. You got it. Good. Whew, good rotation.
Control. Yes. Yes. Hard, Macy. Yes. Hard.
Girl. Hard. Okay, hard roll out.
Okay.
It's like given a chance for the blank attempt here.
I was watching as I was sweeping. I was like, this does not need to go straight.
They're probably no.
I was
An
watching
open
as
attempt
sweeping. I was
again,
like, this
something
does
that you
not
just
need
don't
to
want to
go
walk
straight.
down through the field with the through. Find a spot that maybe you haven't seen yet this game, a weight that you haven't seen. Try to learn something from this, although it will be a throw through for the blank.
Just keep it clean. Yep.
This type of shot should give Emily a little bit of a break, eh?
Yeah, well, hopefully.
Clean. Just clean. Blanket. Awesome.
Nicely done by Jamie.
Great weight.
Yeah, that one will slip through, and it's another blank on the board here in this U18 women's matchup.
Yep.
Still 2-1 for Team Garrie. We'll be right back.
We gotta go hard for it too. Yeah. So do you want to try to like?
Maisie Cram throwing the lead rocks. Year 14, Garrie, a grade 8 student from Kitchener-Waterloo.
Hard, girl, hard.
Tori,
Over to center.
Is that a guard?
it is a guard.
That's fine.
We have a guard in play.
Getting a couple chuckles from the parents upstairs sitting beside us. I think they're excited for some action this end.
And you could hear both teams talking in between ends there about playing a little bit more aggressively, and I do agree. I mean, you're getting a little late in the game here. If your team Galardo, you're down 1 on the scoreboard, but theoretically speaking, you have hammer if you're in 6. If you can score here, your opponent might score in 7, so you have 2 hammers to 1 is the idea, that you're going to have hammer in 6 and 8. Your opponent will have hammer in 7, assuming there's no more blanks or steals or anything like that.
Everything that we're supposed to be doing.
So they're going to want to really try to take an advantage here, get their deuce.
Could hear
Just put really good on top.
Team Garrie talking there. I don't think they wanted to throw the guard.
Right on top.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the other side of it, right? I think you heard them say, I heard them talking in between ends, and they were wondering if they should maybe play a bit more aggressive, but I think they understood that Team Galardo is the one that's going to want to push the envelope, being down on the scoreboard, having the hammer here in 6. So I think their idea was to maybe try to continue to play that defensive strategy, but we end up with a center guard anyways. A fantastic draw around by Emily into the top forefoot, and game on here now in 6.
All there.
Back house.
All there.
Back house.
Back
This
house.
is
Back 8, back 4.
looking a little bit like an overcorrection here by Maisie.
Back 8, back 12.
Yeah, this one's going to need to dig in to stay shot.
That's okay.
Don't think it will.
14-3.
Does hang on at the back of the 12-foot, but for the team without hammer, that's not going to be a very usable stone for them.
Emily looking to sink another one here.
Pardon?
Put it frozen on top of her first on the top 8.
Yeah, could go either way with this. I don't think this call is wrong at all, but another option that maybe they could have discussed a little bit was to just play the open draw to the open side of the rings.
Yep, straight. Yo,
That first rock is in such a good position. You'd hate to, not quite get this draw there, leave an opportunity for Team Garrie to make a double.
Hey, whoa, 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 whoa.
It looks like this might be an opportunity for that.
No, but I didn't want it
Ends
there.
up with just enough curl at the end. It is a piece buried, so
3/4.
not going to be the easiest chance at the double.
Yeah, weight was really, really, really nice. It was just, I think, line got a little mismanaged there, a little mixed up in that communication.
All 8 sheets are in play here at the Oshawa Curling Club in a big final round robin day. Plenty of playoff scenarios are on the line, so we want to keep everyone at home updated on that. And we're still a little bit away from talking about maybe exactly what the playoff implications are, but we want to at least keep you updated on the line scores from all the other games. So as we go across, sheet 1, Team Wilson holding a 5-3 lead over Team Fleming. Over on 2, it is Team Splinter with a commanding advantage over Team Raudenführer, 11-3. On sheet 3, it is the OCC Academy
That's true.
that will need to claw back against Team McClelland as they hold a 5-0 lead there in the 5th end of play. Sheet 5, McDougall well in control with a 7-1 lead over Team Fisher. Moving over to our other feature game, which you can watch on our YouTube feed without commentary. It's a close one against 2 very strong teams, Team McDonald and Team Rao at a 3-3 standstill.
That needed to curl.
Sheet 7, we did have handshakes an end or two ago. It was Team Smith with a 9-0 victory over Team Charbonneau. And finally on sheet 8, Team Switzerland hold a 5-1 lead over Team Tremblay. Undefeated Team Tremblay, I thought, at least after yesterday. So Team Switzerland pulling them back to the field could have implications on the playoffs and specifically the standings. We'll continue to keep you updated, but you can
We should have been doing it
keep track of all the live action by going to CanadianJuniorCup.ca, where you will see the live scores updated as soon as they happen here.
Well, we got ourselves into this. We want to steal. I guess we hit and roll.
Looks like they took one of your shot suggestions there, Matt, and drew to the wing. Would have liked that maybe another rock wider.
Yeah, and the other one was a bit of the other call was a bit of a toss-up. You could go either way,
Like,
especially with that red rock. You know, being in the half
Can I have a little
of the
less?
forefoot, there was room to fit another one around the
it.
center guard, and that's why I said not necessarily a wrong call at all. But here, after that jam, that rock being that one extra higher, not a lot of space between that red stone and the top of the ring, so you have to be that much more precise if you're coming around the guard, as well as the fact that it's just later in the end, fewer rocks for your opponent to, you know, fix things, try to claw back. Love the idea of just drawing to the open side. This one is well out there. I don't think it's going to have a chance to make contact.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of a funky throw there from Sophia. Not quite sure what happened on that one.
Well, I think just a little bit. We've heard from her throughout the game, dealing with
Right
a
under. No.
little bit of a medical issue, it seems, with her feet and her new shoes. So just not comfortable. Probably just not getting the leg drive that she's hoping to, and finding it difficult to hit the broom. Second opportunity now here for Team Galardo. Choosing to split the rings once again on the other side this time.
You got this.
Would love to already have a great setup. Really want to make sure this one is deep behind the tee line.
Let's
Don't want to leave
go!
any sort of double opportunity for Team Garrie.
7.
Whoa.
Gonna have to get this one to
Never.
curl off the guard though.
Never.
Little hot. I think it's on its own.
Looks
By
to
the
be
guard.
okay. Will need to grind though.
10. Sit.
Good try, Ellie.
Will sail past the back line.
It's okay. I got 320.
So Reina will try to do one better here.
Not as well as happened.
Attempt to remove this red stone on the 8 foot. Would love to. I think there is enough space that if you do happen to roll buried, you probably are still shot stone back of the 4 foot. And not having the hammer, would love to direct play around that center guard.
Hard to roll. Hard to roll.
Okay, hard
This
for
one's
nose.
seemingly much closer.
Hard. Really
Looks like it'll get it on the nose though.
sorry.
Looking for a hit and roll from Ellie, calling
I
a
think-
board weight.
It's just too much ice. She's giving ice for nose.
My mom has her massage. We have a massage gun now.
I was gonna say if you have the massage gun, then that's good.
Just board.
Yep. Just board. You got this. Board.
Line's nice. Curl! Curl!
Yeah, gotta go! Gotta
Curl!
Hard!
Hard for a piece, really hard. Good try.
Probably just a little bit of an outward motion there.
Yeah, same flash that we saw Sophia have earlier in the end, and just one of those spots, we've mentioned it, where the further you get out, the less tolerance you have for a little bit of set on release.
I really floated that.
Both of those just getting a little full out of the hand and not having the chance to come back. It's not like she overthrew that. It wasn't thrown very heavy, but you just have that much less tolerance with your throw.
It's a timeout being called
Sorry, raised his arm.
by Team Garrie's
Yeah, no.
coach.
What do you like?
Alec
I like
Cram
moving around.
will come out and
Tolerance
provide
is the
his
freeze,
thoughts
but like
on the
if we can make one
situation.
really good, like
Or one.
even this is
Don't
tolerance,
think you
right?
can chase
like,
that red stone, Tori. I think it's a little too
but I think you come around.
buried.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's
It's either a
Worth
run
it
or it's the run, but the run is really
right
good.
now. It's probably
It just leaves them
from the right-hand attack, a thin
I don't
half,
think
maybe
ever
open.
try the run because we try the run, we miss it. They hit our open one, and they're set up for two, right?
So I'm thinking just quiet wait. Would you guys like trying to make a plan that?
I don't like it. It's not gonna.
Like you wouldn't be able to throw any more than a hack at it, I don't think. Do you like playing the run?
That's what I like.
It's a pretty long run, right? Like you're giving up a deuce if you miss.
We never draw behind, do we?
If you make it, it's great.
Even if
how much
tolerance is freeze on top of that yellow,
Say again?
or freeze on top of that red, tolerance.
That's not the worst thing, because it's going to be tricky for them to get it. They're hitting under.
Like it'll come with back line.
Yeah.
You don't like trying to make a play on the red? Okay. So then I think it's. You can't see enough of it though. Just not going to curl. It's going to.
Because like if you make that, you're sitting 3
like
covered.
The choices are kind of backline hack and try and rub it through that hole there, or try and make a draw and tuck it in behind.
Yeah.
The miss there is a freeze right on top.
Yeah.
It's going to make their draw. I don't mind the run. If you guys like making a run, if you know what the ice is going to be, throw it and make it. Okay? Yes.
It's up to you right now. I mean, you're throwing the rock, right? I don't
you'll
want you throwing
100%
something that you don't think
get
you'll
to.
make.
I like the run. The draws for the steal, the runs to.
That just has like no tolerance. You have to make it perfect.
Yeah. I'll make the run like 9 out of 10 times. I won't make that draw.
The draw, you don't like the draw?
Okay.
I don't know my draw weight enough to be perfectly there. Hey, do you think you're gonna make it?
It's just that if you miss
I mean, it's just
No, the run. Run all day. I can make
it's
this
just
run.
nose, right?
I think if
Slightly
she
off
wants to
nose.
throw it, I say throw it. If she's not confident in the draw,
I
she's
can
not
make
gonna
this
it.
all day. I don't feel comfortable with my draw weight.
if you want to
So the issue that the reason that they called the timeout,
Even
problem
nose.
Be
that
patient
they're
with it,
seeing
okay?
is with this redstone here
I think it's that way.
at the top of the rings.
Be patient with it, okay?
Coach wanting to deal with that stone. Two real ways to go about it. One would
Okay.
be to play a hack
Like,
waiter around the
is
guard, but
normal.
we've seen
She asked me which
that
way I like
intern
coming.
coming home.
I-
It's
I-
a little
okay.
tricky. You have to be very precise.
Just watch
with
the
your
jam on the
weight.
back too, Maddie.
They've decided that instead they're going to go for
You hit
this
it right.
long run back, which feels pretty
it. Just
difficult.
normal.
I guess
Reina
yeah,
felt very confident with
yeah.
it.
If you don't make it, at least I guess you open it up and you might have a chance for a double later.
Whoa, whoa. It's got a curl.
Girl, hard. Yeah, this is bad.
We'll just get the peel,
Got that.
which is your tolerance. You're going to see Jamie Galardo calling the hit. Potentially roll. Couldn't quite see the broom motion there.
Yeah, would love to hit and roll somewhere to the left.
Ali Rowden looking for a little bit of redemption here with this hit.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Clean.
Whoa! Leave it!
Get the roll.
Great to make that little roll to the outside. Definitely makes that double quite a bit harder.
And clips that back yellow, spilling both those out. So soft weight double and roll.
Okay, that's fine.
Pretty good shot.
Okay.
If you're Maddie Garrie, what are you throwing here, Matt?
You know, well, you can't risk a 3. You give up a 2, so you have to hit something. In my mind, I do think what they're talking about now is the right way to go about it. Hit the rock that's slightly higher in the middle of the sheet and try and roll away towards that other redstone. Very unlikely that you can make the double, but at least if you can roll over sort of beside the other red, maybe even tuck a piece behind the other red and stay shot. Good chance that the reds are going to be grouped. You might get a good chance at a double on your last, and I think that's really what the the end game is, what the plan is.
Control.
Line's good.
Maisie's
Girl,
rock.
girl. Yep. Yes.
Hard, Maisie, hard. Hard, Maisie.
Yep. Yes. Yep. Yes. Keep
Hard.
hard roll. Hard roll. Hard roll. Hard roll. Hard roll.
Will make
hard roll.
contact and
Go, go, go.
makes a great roll.
It's a very
Throws
nice
it
shot.
onto the side of the red. That is an excellent shot there by Maddie Garrie.
It's a hat.
Yeah, board. Yeah, board for sure. Yeah.
And almost guaranteed
Yeah,
that
'cause
you're
then
going to
if not,
have
then I'll
some
punch out
kind of
over
a
here,
double
too.
here on
Okay.
your
Here?
last 14,
Yeah,
Garrie.
okay. You got it,
Because
Jamie.
because that yellow is actually frozen to the
Really good
red,
shot.
you can't hit it too much on the center line side or else you're going to lose your own. So you have to play it a little bit closer to nose or even hit a little on the high
It's not
side,
gone, but the angles
which is
are right,
almost
then it'll be
guaranteed to
fine
keep
if I
those
hit it
reds
nose.
grouped up.
I feel like you could hit
Yeah, nothing more. 'Cause
maybe a shade low with board and not spill that, just because they're only overlapped a little bit.
Right, but then the precision increases
Yes.
that much more. You have to be good with the weight. You have to hit it exactly in the spot that you
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to.
When you guys just tell me when.
Now this is that path that we've seen a couple times, so
By making sure the yellow
Whoa.
goes here, you guarantee
Yeah.
at least the chance of a blank.
Yep. Yeah, keep going. Yep. Yep. Hard.
Ellie
All the way, yeah.
yelling hard.
Okay. Good shot, Jamie.
Great shot.
Will roll up and out of the rings. So blank is on.
Rolled
Yeah,
out.
but surprised at the line call there. She seemed to be pretty happy right
Oh, I
before
thought we had
contact,
that.
as
I
if
was
that red
so
was
I was so
gonna stick
excited,
around,
Jamie. I
but-
thought we had that, and I thought that was where I wanted it to
I
hit.
think we should have curled it.
Pardon?
I think we should have curled it a little.
either way. Loses the shooter out the side, so Maddie Garrie now with the opportunity to remove this red stone and will likely be headed towards another blank.
Just when we thought we were getting
Yeah.
some action in this end.
Even when we get a guard, we find a blank.
Well, so now what do we do? Do we want a blank or do we want to get one?
I don't know.
I will say though, this end was much more entertaining. Some great shots made by both teams, and an excellent hit and roll by Maddie Garrie on her first was really the catalyst that led to this upcoming blank.
Control.
Yeah, that was a great shot by Maddie.
Yep.
Good.
Curl.
Hard.
Curl. 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 Curl.
Hard curl.
Okay,
hard
now
curl.
straight. Now straight. Okay, little roll if you can. No roll. Yeah. Perfect, Maddie.
Yeah. We're gonna go to the bathroom, but I have rocks to throw, so.
That is true.
Can they like turn
No,
my
go
mic
for
off?
one. Get one now. Then they have hammer next end, tied. Tied in 7, them hammer.
We have hammer and evens.
Yeah.
Can hear
Okay,
this.
good. Thank you. I really appreciate
I
it.
was just about to
Oh my
look
gosh.
up too.
So the discussion here, they're actually going to call a timeout, and their coach is going to come out and provide his opinion. But discussion here is whether to take one or blank. In my mind, I think blank's always the call here.
I do too.
I know what they're thinking. It's the sixth end. You're going to have one hammer each, you think, in the last 2 ends regardless. So the thought process there,
could've
well,
been
maybe
worse,
you want it
that's
to be
okay.
tied. But having the advantage of the hammer is just so big that if you, yes, you would be a tie game, but giving up the hammer, giving your opponents the opportunity to score that 2
I think
first
we'd go
is
for one
not where you want to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go for
And
one
then
right
if
now,
they
we
get
have
one, we go hard
hammer
for two.
and evens.
In odds.
Sorry. We would have hammer and evens.
So
You guys
get
would have
one.
hammer and evens.
Yes.
Right? If they get one, you have hammer and evens.
Yeah.
If you steal, they have hammer on
I say we get one.
the even.
I say we tie
All
it.
right. Then tie it up. If you blank, but you have to get one in a 7.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And then and then you put pressure.
Yep. Yep.
Okay?
You still have one more time out, right? Okay.
Okay. Yeah, just get one. I think that's better.
Awesome. So for nose, I think there. Yeah, I think here. More?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm happy with that.
So it seems like the decision by the coach and agreement by the team is that they will decide to take
I
one
think a
here.
bit more. Just because it's an out, that's
Tori,
what
what do
I
you
usually
think?
give me for like tiny bit.
I think you're always playing the
Alright, you
hits
got it,
instead of
Jamie.
drawing for one, and if you get the blank, you blank. I personally, I can see where they're coming from, but I think I would rather
Yeah, I just get
have
one,
control of the next 2
Worse than
ends
the
and
one
blank
or steal,
7,
right?
and then have hammer and 8.
Okay.
Do you know when the cutoff time is?
So I think I would rather go for the blank here.
35.
All right. Hey, you got this. Hold on. Sorry. Go ahead.
Jamie Galardo with her last.
Needs to curl! Curl! Hard!
Brock really has to curl.
Hard curl! Hard for a piece! Really hard!
Might get the blank in the end.
Push!
Looks like it's starting to move now. It's going to have a chance.
Okay.
Will it hang on? No, so we will get the blank.
All right,
Okay,
so
that's okay.
in the 6th end here, the attempt to score 1, but does hit and roll out.
We have hammer.
Blank end on the board once again. Still a 2-1 lead
Okay.
for Team Garrie when we come back.
Peace of mind, the life you want, and financial independence. At World Financial Group, we believe your path to any of these goals is paved by financial knowledge. That's why our agents spend every day empowering individuals and families of all backgrounds with the knowledge to create the life they want. No matter your financial goals, WFG can help you own your future. Visit worldfinancialgroup.com to learn more.
Oh, we're going on this side?
So we're starting again here in the
Like,
7th.
4-2?
Yeah.
Got it.
Maisie Cram throwing the lead stones for Team Garrie, and Tori had a bit of a discussion there in between the ends on that timeout by the coach and the decision by the team.
Back 4.
You know, the numbers support at least the numbers that we're familiar with at the highest levels of the game in the men's and women's side. That definitely in that situation, the blank is going to be much, much better than taking 1. But you know, as you know, take your steps down the ladder, down to the U18 level, the ability set of the teams in terms of being able to control the flow of the game, keep control of the hammer, avoid giving up steals, that ability set is much more reduced at a younger age. So I think that's where the argument might come that taking 1 there might be the play, because yes, it's better to, I guess, be tied with 1 hammer each rather than be down 1 with 1 hammer each. Whereas at the top levels of play, you're really worried about, well, yeah, but we give up the hammer and the other team's going to have a good chance maybe to blank the end and get out of it, and then, you know, you're in a lot of trouble. But this is age group where that ability to control the game as a whole is much more diminished. I think that's where the thought process is coming from. I don't know if you necessarily agree or not with that scenario.
Yeah, it's always a toss-up. I know I've been in situations, especially U18. I did it in a qualifying game for provincials, actually, where I needed the switch up from having hammer. I could never get an end going for myself, so I had an opportunity to take 1, and I did take it. And then it did switch the game around, and I was able to start taking the lead. But also moving up into the U21 and women's age group, it's definitely more common that you would take the blank.
But we'll see how it ends up working out for them. I mean, bit of a surprise here. I guess, I mean, a blank here in 7 is great if for either team. I mean, it's playable for sure. The last thing you want to try is to push the envelope, end up getting forced, and then you have to steal the 8th to win. So if the opportunity for a blank is presented, I'm sure they'd be happy to take it, and that's probably why we see Team Galardo here drawing into the rings.
Yeah. Heard them say kind of before the end, go for maybe a deuce, but blank's okay. Which really can just be the difference of one hit.
Hard, get it in, Kate. Hard.
Now it looks like this is gonna pull up a little bit short, maybe.
Okay, good try.
Great sweep to get it close, though.
16-6.
So, since it is in the guard zone, Team Garrie can't hit it. Not sure if I'm a huge fan of drawing around the corner without the hammer, especially if you actually end up slipping a little deep, then you give something that Galardo can freeze to.
Yeah, no, if anything, you need to pull the play back to the center. You would love to get a force out of this end, and that, to me, is sort of saying, well, you know, why not throw a center guard, right? It's not a guard that is generally going to be very useful for the team with the hammers. You can throw a center guard, try to pull the play away from that corner, junk up the center. That's how you're going to get a force, and if you get a force, you're tied with in the last. Great chance to win.
That rock just
9-6.
not working out for them.
Yeah, now the other team has a free chance to draw around this corner.
Bit outside.
Careful.
Where is it?
Yes.
Yes. Hard, Ellie. Hard, Ellie.
Really gotta go.
Curl.
Tons of room by this guard.
Curl.
This rock sliding a little deep behind the tee
She
line.
set it out a little bit.
Oh, I overstepped it.
Taking a look at the clock, should have plenty of time to
Yeah. Stay in.
finish this end before the time limit.
Yeah. Do you like this?
About 17 minutes or so remaining. So we've already gotten
I just
through
have to make this.
5 stones in this end, so should be plenty.
Yeah. 4-1. Perfect. Yeah, 4-1, 4-2.
Deciding to play the freeze here, Tori. That raw seems fairly accessible to me to try and play the hit, and even if you do happen to wreck on the guard, it's so far out there. I mean, I wouldn't be too worried about pushing that guard into the rings.
I'm sitting kind of right on the center line up here in the booth, and that rock is fully open.
Whoa.
Back 12. Like,
Curl.
This looks like a okay draw by Sophia coming in though. Getting pretty much to the nose of the rock. We'll bump it a little bit, but I don't think that yellow's going anywhere anytime soon.
No, an excellent result there regardless.
So, well-made shot there by Sophia.
there's like nobody up here. Those left.
Just to like split them up
Yeah.
with hack or board. Okay.
Team Galardo chasing this setup, which I really like.
Me too.
The idea that you don't want to just try and freeze down to it. That back red is now doing nothing for you. It's not helping you. Get rid of it. Or, you know, if you wanted to be a bit more precise, you could play like a back line, just unlock it. The key is just to get it out at least far enough or out of the way of the yellow that you can remove it later. They've decided to go with a little bit more weight, something closer to a board to kill that back red stone, which definitely
It's the one hurting them the
Yeah.
most right now, so I agree with this shot.
definitely going to be a huge improvement if they make it.
Gotta go.
Does have to curl up to stay on the face of that yellow. Doesn't look like it will though.
Good try.
So kills their own red.
I think just a little heavier weight than they thought was going to be thrown. Maybe a little closer to hack there.
The shooter
board.
holding on, though, is actually
Alright,
pretty
one
big.
team
It
in this.
forces Team Garrie
Okay,
to chase
you got
it,
it. Clean
make
release.
this hit. Even if you hit it on the nose, I think if you're Team Galardo, your best bet is probably just to ignore that situation and play the freeze on that yellow stone on the left-hand side.
Raina Phillips.
Control!
Yeah, hard for nose.
Yeah, really hard. Hard, Sophia.
Hard nose.
Hard to stay. Hard
Sophia
to
being
stay.
asked to put in a lot of work this game, and another one here.
That rock is over curled on Raina a handful
Maybe
of
hair down.
times, so maybe it wasn't necessarily her release in those ones that over curled earlier.
That's fine.
Could
for
questionably
sure.
be the rock.
Yep.
Hack. Hack.
They did also.
Eventually, you have to. You start to notice a pattern, and
I think I like hack. Okay. Hack up. Yep.
Don't know if I love hack with this one. I think I would prefer to just maybe come down and tap it.
Yeah.
that would be my thought too. I mean, this shot is pretty difficult. It seems looking at it. You
Yeah,
can
it's
only
less
see
than
about
half
less
open.
than half. Yeah. So this is a difficult shot as is, whereas the draw is fairly makeable. You have some backing to throw to.
Let's
There's a
go!
lot of good things that can happen. This is the shot that keeps the blank in play, though.
Yeah.
It's very important to be patient with this shot, although it looks like it's starting to
Go
move.
that way. Hard him. Hard him. Hard. Hard him.
Ooh, great sweep.
I'm pretty sure that went through the guard, Matt.
Definitely looked like it from
shot,
where I'm
Ellie.
sitting.
Great shot by Ellie and great sweep and line call by Emily and Jamie.
Your mic fell off.
You like rolling this way?
Yeah.
Because if you're rolling
Yeah.
this way, you're not. You're behind T.
I hit. She missed. She did a good shot.
Control.
Now we're hitting again. Hey, you're all caught up. Okay, good. Good moves.
Yeah, really hard. Hard for peas. Hard peas, really hard.
Lena, another stone here, tight out of the hand. May not make contact, and it won't.
Could hear Maddie saying she just slid a little tight there. So now Team Galardo, Ellie Rowden with an opportunity to split the house here and sit to what they were looking for coming into this end.
And for Reina, it can be a bit frustrating because that's been about 6 or 7 stones throws this game from her that have over curled, a few flashes, a few that they were able to just, catch enough of a stone to get it out. But at some point, an adjustment has to be made.
7.
Whether it's rocks, whether it's a throw, you have to communicate that as a team and believe what you're seeing. Make the adjustment. Try to miss it wide
14-5.
until you figure out what you need to be,
It'll
what
stay.
the feel needs to be.
This one needs to sit down here for Team Galardo.
Nice shot.
Might have that catcher at the back, but it is going to dig in
Guys.
anyways.
Save
I
3.
think I peed my pants. I was so scared. What'd you say?
Oh, I said I think I peed my pants. I was so scared that I was going to fail.
Oh yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Looks like, do you think there's a double opportunity there, Tori?
I think it's it's pretty flat and pretty far. It's just about 6 feet, so it's difficult, but we saw Maddie make a really great hit and roll in the last end, so I think a similar shot here would be
Just give him the guard.
Control.
Yeah.
would work.
I
Group
would
those
love
stones
some-
together and then maybe a double on your
Obviously.
last.
But contact just like that. Looks
It would've
like
been
about
perfect if
a,
we had stuck around.
I think, thick half,
Raina's
half a rock.
first. Then we would have been sitting 2.
With this turn, especially with the intern, you're going to get a little bit of a flatter roll off of
Okay.
that first stone.
Are they rolling towards the guard or are they rolling towards the red? I missed that call.
I hope they're rolling towards the red. I don't think rolling towards guard. I'm not sure. If you roll buried, it's I don't think you're shot. Looks like a lot of ice, though, to roll towards the other red, unless you're throwing maybe a board weight or something.
Yes.
She can say control out of her hand.
Yes. Hard. Hard to speed. You got it.
Throwing a lot. Gonna hit just less than half.
Will roll under. So
It's okay.
Jamie Galardo with an opportunity to draw behind that corner guard now. Really big shot here. This is made. Looking to sit above the tee line.
Okay.
A piece buried. I would think team Garrie would hit the open one.
Just to draw to the other wing.
Yeah, I think that would be the smart call. It's not worth. I mean, if you give up 2, you're still down 1 with. Very playable scenario. Very good chance to win this game. Being
Only
down,
needing to score 1 even just to go to that shootout.
Yeah, especially because it's a shootout. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more about the numbers there. But yeah, I think giving up a 2 here is not the end of the world. I honestly think because it's a draw to the button rather than playing an extra end, being down 1 with is way more beneficial than being up 1 without.
It's gotta be about really close. It's gotta be about the. Looks like it's slowing down.
6, 7.
Straight only.
Tons of room still.
Go.
We'd like to see Emily being called for
Curl.
curl here.
Way only. Curl.
Yeah, there we go.
Hard curl.
Weight
Just-
looks very nice.
Okay, well.
Just make sure it stays above tee line.
Good spot, baby. Okay.
Looks to be edge on edge with that corner guard. Maybe an inch or 2 of space there, but
Yeah, fully exposed though, so definitely the opportunity here for the double if they want to take it on. It's pretty risk-free. I mean, you'd have to miss by almost a full rock to touch that guard.
Okay. That's fine. We just need 2. It's fine. We just get our 2.
I like that. That's what I like. Yeah, that's what I like. Like that?
I don't know.
Their shot 1, then it's fine.
Cross house double.
I just don't want them to be shot 2.
It was perfect.
All 3.
Oh, mine? No. No. Maddie,
Tori, what's the call here?
I'd rather give up 2 than 3. Yeah.
Oh, timeout.
We
say
can't-
timeout here from the coach. I
You can't give
agree
up
with this
3.
timeout.
A very good timeout if you ask me. I'm not exactly sure what
No.
the
No,
call
you have to hit.
exactly
You can't
was,
draw.
but whatever it was, I don't think it was anything.
No.
Yeah, if I was
Well,
Team
that's good.
Galardo, I was sitting there
You
with
give
my
them an
mouth
easy
shut,
shot
letting
for
them
3,
throw
right?
this. But
The coach is
We're
going to come
never-
out, so we're
no.
going to hear from Alec Cram and his ideas. I
You
mean,
have
the
to hit
double's
that.
there. I don't really see
Like,
any reason
all
why
day.
you wouldn't take it on.
Even if you give up 2, it is what it is, right? Like, that's kind of the situation we're in. But we never give up 3.
It's got to be hit. We can't give up 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's great. You miss it. Yeah, so the yellow is in play behind there, so it's just the jam on the right.
I would hit the top
So
one.
it's got to be the out turn.
Yeah.
The one that they just threw there. You
Yeah.
saw that one come in. So I don't think you want to play real quiet, but throw your
Control.
control.
I think we just got to get it out.
You just got to get it
Yeah.
out. You can concede the deuce here, get the 1 and the 8th, and draw the button. You get a deuce
Yeah.
and 8th, and that's great too.
Yeah.
It's going to come a little bit with the curl there. So I think you still want to throw the out turn.
Okay.
You could probably throw the in turn if you wanted, but
How much ice would you do?
I think I agree with our
You know,
coach.
do you know any weight with the line if you throw the out turn?
No, absolutely. You
Like
have to
that
hit
much ice
something.
probably?
If you don't feel comfortable with the double, you can hit the other red stone. There is a yellow sort of
And then,
right behind the red.
Alec,
You might
for
be
next end, do you
touch
like
worried about
corners?
jamming it, but
Corners?
with that red stone
like
on
that
the
for next
left-hand side of the sheet being fully exposed from the guard, it's,
Just one. Yep. Yep.
you
Okay.
know, I think it's pretty close to a half rock to make the double, maybe a thick half. You could miss that shot.
I think
by
we
a
would have
half
caught
rock
it
one
though
way or the
before.
other,
Oh, yeah, we
and you're still going to get rid of one. So
no,
pretty
no,
big margin of error to play with.
It's better to give up 2 than give up 3.
And giving up
right?
2
We'd
again,
rather
you're
be
down
chasing
one
one
with.
than two,
Because there's
than
no
two,
full
right?
extra end played, all you have to do in that last end is guarantee
Thank you.
at least make sure
That's
that you
always
have a
gonna
shot
catch.
for 1. Then you go to a 50-50 draw to the button rather than an extra end where you don't have
Good
hammer.
rotation, Maddie. Clean release.
I think that was a well-used timeout, and you could hear Sophia asking some questions of your coach, even about starting the next end. Assuming that Team Galardo does get the 2, how they want to start that out. Because was that their second timeout, Matt?
Yes, yeah, I believe it was because they took one in the 4th end, I think, or the 6th. 6th end.
Really
You
hard
need to catch a piece of this one, though. She won't. So after that discussion, a flash there by Maddie Garrie, and it's an open draw to the paint for Jamie Galardo. Chance to take control of this game going into 8.
I don't want to take too long because I do want to play another end.
I thought it was gonna curl the
Okay, yeah, we'll get another end in.
Like I thought that wasn't even close.
Unless 2 minutes. Yeah, I'll get that real quick.
Big shot here for
I don't want to
Jamie.
take too long though because I really.
I see her taking that extra breath just to
like another.
All right.
make a good one here.
Same thing as your last one.
Jamie Galardo with her last here in the 7th.
Gotta be in.
Needs a piece of the house for
7,
3.
I think it's there. Whoa.
All there.
Just clean then. Whoa, it's gotta stop. Whoa. Oh.
It's just got to stay in
Whoa,
the
stay
paint.
cleaning.
Emily's
Listen.
liking it,
Sir.
keeping her broom down most of the way.
Yeah.
Looks like it's going to be more than okay.
Might
Lena, I
slip a
burnt
little
this one.
deep, but
Like,
not
I
leaving
kicked
the
it a little bit,
house.
but-
Yeah, good enough. Gets a good
sorry.
piece of the 4-foot for her 3rd point.
That was a big momentum shift right there. Let's hope that for Team Galardo's sake, they want to keep that momentum going into the last end. But Team Garrie gonna probably throw up some more guards here, Matt.
Just
Yeah.
put it in.
Get an end of curling going,
Yeah,
as
so-
you put it.
Yeah, so after a long, low-scoring game, it'll be Team Galardo with a 4-2 lead. We'll be back.
Gotta be top 12, okay?
Starting play here in the 8th end, and you alluded to it at the end of that 7, Toria. Such a huge momentum shift for Team Galardo. Out of nowhere, a flash, and you suddenly get the chance to score 3, and you start, we were talking about this in between ends, you start to think back. Hopefully they're not thinking about it, but something maybe they can discuss with their coach after the game is you start to think back to all those ends, all those chances that you could have had with the hammer to press, to try and put some points on the board.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of squandered them away a little bit. You tossed them away. And not to necessarily say that that's the wrong thing to do. If that's the team strategy, then you know, they were doing a very good job of it. The only problem with it, when you shorten the game that much, you just create a much more volatile situation where one big miss one way or the other could greatly benefit you, or it could greatly hurt you like it did in that last end. We have a timeout being called here by Team Galardo, so we'll get a second look at Nolan Galardo coming out to talk to his team about how they'd like to play this end.
Yeah, just tap it up because you want to stay on center.
Yes.
Like
that's what I
if
was
you
saying.
go top 12, they have the double and roll.
Okay.
Just do a nice little bump and yeah, so bump.
Okay. And then peel when we can.
No.
No?
Go hard for a steal. Put pressure on them so they have to make a shot. Like that bump's perfect. You have a guard, they'll hit and roll, and then you guard, and then they have to chase you. They're chasing all the time.
Okay.
You don't want to peel like again.
Okay.
Like I totally get it.
Yeah.
You're up 2, but you can give up 1.
Okay. True.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys got this.
I like that. Okay.
You
Okay.
guys got this.
All right.
Okay.
That was funky.
Hey, put it up, okay?
Okay, we got this. Yeah.
Okay.
We're done. All right. What do you think the room is for that?
I
What'd
like
you
the
give her?
discussion there by
I just
Team
gave her
Galardo,
that.
Tori.
Okay.
I'll
sort
give
of
her a
just,
little.
you
No,
know,
same
making
thing.
sure they're
Yeah.
aware of the
Yeah.
scoreboard
Well, even less, 'cause
situation
you'll have a tad
to,
more weight.
you know, take a
Less,
deep breath to
so
know
I'm
that they
tad
don't
more.
have to necessarily press too much. But definitely on this
Okay,
first,
so
on
that
this
was like
rock
top
here, I
8 weight,
love
now we need to
the idea.
Alright.
Just play a
And it's been
tap
a while
on
since
this
we
red
just
give it
stone.
just a
Try to
hair,
bump to the forefoot,
just a
keep
tad
things
bit.
around the center line. Try to draw play
Alright, like,
into the
just a
rings
little
as
bit.
much
Little
as
bit
you
more of a
can.
drive.
At some
Yeah,
point,
you got it.
yeah, you'll probably walk up and do something about that corner, peel it, move it out of the way, but you don't necessarily need to worry about it on this shot.
Yeah, no. And I like that Nolan ended that timeout with, you can give up 1. They are up 2. They don't need to
Line
stress about
Back line.
a situation that could result in the other team scoring 1,
Really
because that
good,
still is
girl.
not enough for the tie.
really
They
gotta
need 2
curl.
to tie.
Yeah, but it's heavy, Em.
And this rock coming a little
Yeah,
bit
curl.
heavy. Probably just going to chip off of it and roll.
Okay, that's not bad.
Okay, that's
Not brutal.
yeah.
And as we move into the final
But you
end
see what I
here
mean? 'Cause you
on
have
our
a little more
feature
weight, so you
game,
need a little
it's
less
also
ice.
the
Yeah, she
final
might be
day
in the side,
of
she set it
round
out a
robin
little bit,
action here at the
but
World
still,
Financial
it
Group
was still
Canadian
okay.
Junior
Yeah.
Cup. We want to keep you up to date on all of the action of the other games and possible playoff scenarios, which we will definitely do throughout the entirety of the day. Right now, it's still a little bit up in the air with 2 full draws left after. But as for this draw, Team Wilson with a 72 victory over Team Fleming over on sheet 1. Sheet 2, it was Splinter, a very impressive 14-6 win over Ronenführer. Sheet 3 is still playing in their 7th end, what will likely be their last end of the game. Team McClelland, after coming out to a 5-0 lead to start the game, now only holding on 5-4, so the OCC Academy clawing back there. On sheet 5, it was Team McDougall closing out a very impressive 7-2 victory over Fisher. Sheet 6 is still in play. This is our other feature game, so you can hop over and check out that feed if you would like. Very close one, Team Rowe with the chance for 2 in the 7th, but unfortunately just missing, only was able to put 1 on the board, so he holds a 5-4 lead. Team McDonald with the hammer in 8. Sheet 7, it was a 9-0 victory of Smith over Charbonneau, and finally over on sheet 8, Team Switzerland holds on for the victory over the previously undefeated Team Tremblay out of Quebec.
Now, we had a miss there from Team Galardo, and over curl and just ticking that yellow rock in a little bit more, giving Team Garrie an opportunity to draw around that high corner guard that they threw up, or just off center corner guard, to sit the 2 that they need.
Yeah, and important to remember that you don't have to get 3. Obviously, if the opportunity presents itself for 3, you go for it. You try and get the win. But this isn't a scenario where in a normal game you might be going really, really hard for the 3 or anything.
This is really moving on them.
Is definitely going to touch that guard. Try to roll it to a useful spot. And doesn't look like they covered any of that yellow,
Yeah,
but as I
makes
was
your
saying,
corner guard
Tori, in a
actually
regular
corner guard.
game,
Yep.
you might go pretty
Yeah.
hard trying to score 3, knowing that if you only got 2, you're in an extra end without the hammer. Not really a great position to be in,
Or
trying to
just board, I
steal an extra end. But in this case, because there's no extra ends being played and it is a draw to the button for the win, that 50-50 chance skews those numbers a little bit and makes it a lot more enticing to try and tie the game up. So really the thing is you want to
Line's good.
make sure you have a
Curl.
shot for 2
Curl.
at the end of the day. Make sure that the 2 is a possibility.
Gotta curl, really gotta
If
curl.
3 presents itself, obviously
Hard
you'll
to
take it, but you
stay.
don't have to go all out for it.
Nice way.
Hitting, rolling a little bit to the wing, but getting rid of that yellow rock was job number 1 for Team Galardo. So nice hit there by Ellie. I think this is where, if you're Team Garrie, you have to go a little more aggressive and draw around one
I
of
just
those
fear
guards.
Jumping on curl
You
too
need
early
the 2 at
is
least.
gonna cause it not to curl. So I kind of want to wait till like halfway and then start before I destroy the rock.
Sophia Barbosa being asked to now draw around this corner guard. Ignoring that redstone on the side.
Line's good.
Which I'm very happy to see for Team Garrie.
Hard, both of us.
Girl! Oh, line's good, hard!
Line's looking very good. Need to put in a good spot now.
Hard! Curl,
Looks like
curl,
enough
curl.
to maybe get shot rock.
I think they did. Don't think quite enough to be fully buried. Looks like it might be half exposed.
That's good.
Like to see
good.
probably maybe a hack weight here. And if you clip that high guard, that's your tolerance for sure. Then it's fully open.
No.
No hit.
Yep. Here. Yep.
Saw Ellie make a few nice hack waiters in the 7th end there, so I'm sure she can do it again.
Yeah, she'll be close.
Line's good.
Whoa.
It's got a curl. Curl. Ow!
So it has to get off the center line,
Hard. Hard
but
curl.
starting to move.
Should get there if the weight's okay.
Get him.
Looking very
Yep.
good.
Get him.
This is looking real PG.
Will it be
Big sweep,
enough
big
to
sweep.
kill that yellow stone?
Great shot.
Thanks.
Nice shot,
Big
Al.
Won't knock it out of play, but removes it from the ring. So job done there.
Really good. Great job.
Very nicely
Perfect
done
weight,
by Ellie
perfect
Rowden.
line. Awesome. Beautiful.
If you're Team Garrie, how are you scoring your
so
2 right now with this setup, Matt?
But
I mean,
Still
at some point
beautiful.
you have to ignore these red stones. I don't mind the hit on this one because where that red stone is right now, it blocks the path around one of the yellow guards. The one on the left side, as we look at it from the front view, right now you can just draw around that and there's no problem. But you'd love to have a couple options, especially as we get later in the end to try and score your 2. So if you can make the hit and roll on this, off this redstone, that's a great way to try to set up a deuce to begin with. But as an added bonus, it also opens up both sides of the sheet.
Looks like Raina's going to make a hit and roll here.
Hopefully
roll
it
just-
holds on.
Little too far and rolls out of play.
And just a
What
bit of a miss
now?
on the line call there. They seem to like it halfway down, and then it just took
Center
off.
line. Yeah.
even here is okay.
I think the best
Or
spot
do
is
you
for
just
the,
wanna
I think
come
this
here?
is probably a
Come.
bit more
Just
of an
come out.
interesting scenario than the last one.
Which side? You like this
I wouldn't
side?
hate drawing around that
Yeah,
tighter
yeah.
of the 2 yellow guards, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, it's got to be top
I mean, if you're
12.
confident in your hitting ability,
Just gotta be 12.
I feel like appeal
And
is,
say our appeal now might be okay.
yeah. Depends how these girls feel. I mean, the double peel is there. It's probably a little tricky, but
I think I would just go for one of the 2 right
Yeah.
now.
you'd
Probably
think if
peel
you
the
make,
tighter one, eh?
yeah, you'd think if you make a peel on one of them, they sink around the other guard, you peel that guard, You're never you have an open hit to ensure that you don't give up more than 2.
Yep,
But
yep,
I don't mind the draw here either. You want to keep this nice and high. Even if it
just
comes
biting.
up, yeah, even if it comes up just short, that's more than
Half on's good.
okay.
Half on's good. Half on's
So close.
It's gonna come up just a hair short of the house, but in a very usable spot.
If Team Garrie tries to draw around that red stone, you can tap it up, run it back. You have options.
Yeah, I think the wider draw here is the call.
Try 4-2. We'll
Yeah,
sweep
especially
it.
with how easily they were.
4
You made a
on.
pretty good draw around the other guard earlier in the end, and the other team was, and Team Garrie, or excuse me, Team Galardo was really easily able to dig it out. So might have a bit of a better chance around these guards because they are tighter to the rings.
Raina Phillips with her last here in the 8.
Close.
Mine's good.
See?
Yes!
Yes! Shit.
Over the top!
Yeah, keep going, keep going. Yeah,
Hard overthrowing, may be able to make the tap though.
Just gonna hit that red one and nudge it in.
Yeah, and they were sweeping to keep that straight at the end where they knew it was already overcurling. Could have gotten off of it, tried to get up to the nose of that guard to make the tap, but as it is, leaves a couple guards up. There's still opportunities for both teams here.
Me too, yeah. Yeah, I really like it.
I'll give the same line that I gave you. No, a little less. Because I gave you here.
Yeah.
Then there's good. Yeah, because we'll
Line
come.
weight, okay? Just tap it to the top 4.
We'll come back 4 weight then.
Okay,
So we gotta
back
bring
4
it back to because we gotta come up here.
Okay, back 4 weight. You go.
Yeah.
Emily, just back 4.
Back 4 weight. Just to tap it back.
Just playing the
As
tap
long
to the
as we're
forefoot.
always covering the center.
Yeah, I
and
like
then
that
we're
call.
And then we're guarding it, right?
Yeah.
This is the call that if it's made, like if
So
you hit
we'll
it
come
right,
at it
tap it
with,
right on the nose and
back 4
stay
weight.
there, there's really no way for Team
Yeah, nose is okay.
Garrie.
Garrie
Nose is
to,
what we want, yeah.
you know,
Nose is what we
chase it
want.
either with a hack weight or even some
Angle's
sort of run
okay
back.
too, 'cause it'll be guarded by those
No, if this is
yellows,
made
right?
Left.
well,
be covering
it's
center.
definitely more challenging for Team Garrie to get a deuce going a little bit. But right now in this situation, there's still time. There's still rocks to play.
30, I think.
It's not off the table, even though a few missed shots makes it not feel like it.
Line's close.
Bit up.
Really got to curl. Whoa, it's going to go. It's going to go. Whoa. It's going to go on its own.
Weight's good.
Straight if anything. Don't go to that
Weight's
side.
good.
Straight. Hard. Em.
Starting to curl.
Definitely going to overcurl, maybe a little bit light.
Okay.
Didn't end up in the worst spot. Still have a usable one right there in front. And if you hit that one top 12, you're not counting shot, and it should leave Jamie a nose hit to limit.
Yeah.
I think you have to throw the wide draw again.
Yeah, I mean, when we see the overhead here, there's really 2 options that I see. One is, obviously, like you said, just make the straight draw around
They can even tap.
around
right?
the
If we
guard
draw,
somewhere
they
to
tap. And then
the
what?
top
right?
of the
We're screwed.
forefoot. The other option is you
Yeah.
could make the hit and
So we
roll
have to
off
count on
of
her
that
missing a
red
tap.
stone over on the
Or freeze on
right-hand
top. She
side,
could always
get
freeze on
buried
top
that
to
way if
get shot,
that's
depending on
the
where it is.
easier way to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Is it even worth?
You saw here on Reina's Rock, though, you can definitely find
I would
some
just
curl.
hate to roll out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Maddie Garrie can make a good one here. It's definitely putting Jamie in a pressure situation to make that run back or freeze to it.
Yeah.
At the very least, you're pretty happy if you're Team Galardo, because really the 3 is off the table at this point, barring anything super weird happening.
Yup. Yo, hard.
Calling yes right out of the hand.
We're like.
Okay.
Hard weight, yeah, really hard.
Going for weight, going for line. Looking like they're holding it pretty well.
Curl if you can, curl.
Yeah, it looks good.
Curl, curl.
Line's looking very good now. Now
Go,
looking for
Maisie,
a
go,
little
go,
bit
go,
of
go,
curl
go, go.
around the guard.
Go, Maisie.
So an outstanding sweep by the team Garrie front end, Maisie Cram and Sophia Barbosa to get that rock to the forefoot.
Nice nose raise.
And you, yeah, and you just raise it onto it.
With hack.
I like
Board.
hack's fine. Hack's fine. 'Cause
I
you
think
just, you
board's
just have to-
okay too. Just nose it
No,
too.
it's gotta be-
a little bit here.
So one of these two red stones here in
Yeah.
front of the
Come
rings,
at this
that's
with
what
board
they're
or
looking
hack,
at.
Or hack.
Running them back onto
just- I
the
think-
shot
I
stone.
think
If you
it's
make
hack.
contact with the shot
Both
stone,
is fine. I think board's better.
game is
Like, we want
likely
this
over.
out.
I
Yeah.
don't see
But-
any way you could get
Okay, so you
another
think
yellow
here?
stone in there.
Yeah.
So having a brief discussion about which one to run back. Looks like they've decided on this one here. That is more on the right-hand side.
Okay. Hack's good, you think?
I think so.
Would you ever follow
Do
them
you
down
like that
Matt?
ice? I think a little less.
You could. I don't
I
think
like-
there's
I like that. I like
necessarily
here. Like
anything
less
wrong
too?
with that. I
I think
mean,
here.
Yeah.
Either way, the shot miss gives an opportunity for the deuce.
Just nice hack and we've got it, James.
Yeah.
Just give it
with
nice
the discussion
hack
of
and we
throwing
should
hack,
make
it sounds
some
like they're
more.
actually going for the
no,
other
it's a little bit
stone.
on the,
The one on, as you
nose
look
is
at the
fine.
center
Nose
line, the
is
one
a
on the
little bit on the
left, that
inside.
is just
Might
short of the
catch- yeah,
rings.
'cause we're
With
gonna
hack weight, you're
hack,
probably
right?
not killing the yellow, so is this just a straight
Oh,
tap
hack?
to the forefoot?
Yeah.
I think so, tapping onto it.
Okay.
Just push it.
Yeah, I mean, you probably
no
could
try to
follow
just
them down
not-
with the
yeah, I know,
draw,
but, like,
but I mean, you
pushing
saw
that
in that
yellow
last
back.
one such a
Yeah,
great
definitely, yeah.
sweep to hold it, and then they got that little bit of curl at the end. They just got by the guard, so it would be difficult to chase them. Jamie Galardo here with her last
What's
in
the
the eighth
weight?
and a chance to win it.
Board.
Yep. Whoa.
This one needing to curl a little bit.
Yeah, looking close
Hard
though.
curl. Hard curl. Hard curl. Hard curl. Hard
Got
curl.
move.
We'll get the one and just push it by the shot stone. So after all that, it's going to be the chance
Okay.
for two to tie up the game.
Just needing a piece of the forefoot.
Yeah, and reminder once again, there is not an extra end being played. So if the shot is
size, you
made
think?
4-2, we will keep
this is too
the broadcast up. But
Same thing.
to watch the
You
draw
come
to
back
the
down
button
on the
for
red.
the win
Yeah.
between the two teams.
Okay, you got it.
Zach. Yeah.
Might as well
Hey,
play the same shot that you
got it.
just threw, Tori. I don't see an easier way of getting in there. I guess
No.
there's
Okay.
pretty small hole near the center line there where Jamie
got a
just
4
moved
on
that
the
red
last
stone
one,
out of
but
the
I got
way,
the
but
same.
why not just throw the same
I got a
shot
4
you
on
just
your
did?
last,
You also
Maddie.
have some backing
About the
now with
same?
that red stone there.
Maybe a bit more.
How much
It's
did
gonna
it
get
curl
a
last
little
time?
more sticky out here, okay? This is a little more.
Okay. Just a 4.
Big shot here for Maddie Garrie.
A piece of the forefoot to tie up the game here in 8.
Three
I'm
9.
good.
Close.
Something under it.
Yes, then go. Yes.
Whoa, we're all there. We're all there. All there.
Good news is there is that red one there for backing if they need it.
Yeah, calling heavy. Now trying to make sure it
Amazing,
curls
hard,
onto that red.
Hard, really hard.
Hard.
Hard, really hard. I'm on this one, okay?
Nice.
And it will, so plenty of weight there,
Right.
but
Draw again.
able to make it
Considering it.
work for her plan B. Get it
Yeah, Maddie.
onto that red stone, so it is 2, and we are tied. Our first tie of the
This
weekend
is
so
our
far,
first tie,
Tori.
first
You're
shootout.
good throwing it.
4-4 after 8 thens. They're going to have a short break to
Actually, like, go with it.
make some decisions, catch their breath, but it will be a draw
It
to
had
the
something
button
weird underneath.
for the win. Both teams will throw one stone. They can elect who they would like to throw it. The rocks will be measured by the official.
Team Garrie shooting first.
Yeah, just as if they were playing an extra end, Team Garrie will throw first. I believe the teams can elect to throw either turn.
You're probably looking at like a 16, 16, 2, okay? You got it.
So who do you think
That was like backline
if there is a
hack.
team with the advantage here,
So
Tori,
you
who
want
do
to
you think
throw?
that might be?
Try
I mean,
4-2, Maddie.
Jamie Galardo with last draw she threw, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly, was that out turn going away
Yeah.
in 7 to the button. Ended up in the back of the forefoot. Maddie Garrie has probably the more recent draw on her first one there to get one into the forefoot, but that second one she threw, maybe because she had that backing in her mind, threw quite a bit more weight.
Same as your first one. Yeah. 4-2.
I don't know. I don't know.
Maddie Garrie will throw the first stone here. I'd imagine both teams will elect to have their skips throw this.
Well, I'm not seeing Jamie Galardo down at the other end, so it could be
Close.
Line's good.
one of the other two. I see
Line's really good.
Coming down.
lead Emily
David needs
taking
to
off
go.
her
Yeah,
gripper.
Really
so
gotta go.
Yes, hard.
Yeah, I mean,
All
your
the
lead
way,
throws
hard
that
to go.
drop the top four
Hard to go,
all
you
game
got it.
long. Why not
Hard,
do
all
it
the way,
once
all the way,
again?
hard, hard, hard. Hard, guys. Hard.
gotta go to get this on the paint.
Hard. All the way, really hard.
Shoot.
Sweeper's working on this one, but it's going to come up just short on the World Financial Group logo. And it's a draw to the paint for Jamie Galardo for the win.
It's okay.
You got it, Em.
I want to see Emily
Like,
taking a deep breath here, knowing there's a game-winning shot in her hand. As a lead, you don't get to throw those very often.
Excuse me, you're right, it is Emily throwing. I was still thinking the other way. Emily Lacroix
This is like.
hit the paint for the win.
Line's good.
Just needing the paint. Ellie Rowden going on it early.
Yes.
All the way, Ellie, all the way.
Yes.
Would like to see somebody help her.
Yes.
Yes, Ellie, hard.
I think it's going to be more than okay.
I think it looks good.
Come on, get it to button for
Well,
her.
I'm gonna.
You're good. You're good.
It's all there. It will put on the brakes and stop in the back of the forefoot.
Good game.
And with that, it is a 5-4 victory for Team Galardo over Team Garrie. From myself and Tori Zemmelink, we thank you all for tuning in for this feature matchup. Bit of a break now, and we'll be back at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time as Team Langford takes on Team Wrigley.